This is the EF ECOFLOW Portable Power Station Delta 2 Max, a black and gray block with a clean, flat top, integrated side handles, and a no-nonsense, sturdy shell. It measures about 12.2 by 9.7 by 20 inches and weighs 50 pounds, so it's more relocatable than portable. The built-in handles feel solid, and I like that the top is truly flat, handy for stacking gear or using it as a quick work surface when space is tight. From my experience, the headline is power and speed. Key features: a 2400W LFP battery pack, a 2400-watt continuous AC inverter with a 4800-watt surge for startup spikes, and EcoFlow's X-Boost that can run some appliances rated up to 3400 watts. In plain terms, wattage is how fast the unit can deliver power. Watt-hours is how much total energy it stores. That combination has let me run a full-size fridge, a chest freezer, and my home internet gear without drama. I've also used it for short bursts with heavier tools and kitchen appliances. In my opinion, this makes it far more than a camp gadget. It's a legitimate home backup unit. Charging is where this thing stands out. On AC, it can pull up to 1800 watts and go from empty to full in roughly 80 to 100 minutes. If I combine AC with solar, it can take in up to 2400 watts total, which gets it to around 80% in about 43 minutes. That fast turnaround changes how I plan. I can top up quickly between outages or before heading out. Solar is handled by dual MPPT inputs with up to 1000 watt total. MPPT is a smart controller that squeezes the most power out of panels. The dual inputs are a real perk because I can run two separate arrays, even mismatched, without one dragging the other down if conditions differ or a panel catches a shadow. The battery chemistry is LiFe PO4 LFP, which is a big deal for longevity and safety. It's rated for about 3000 cycles before hitting 80% capacity, and that's the kind of lifespan I want in a power station I'll depend on for years. LFP also runs cooler and is more stable than older lithium-ion types. In my use, the fans come on under heavy load or fast charging, but the sound is a low hum and not harsh. When I'm just charging phones or a laptop, it stays silent. The brand claims as quiet as 30 dB in light use, and that lines up with what I hear. The port layout is user-friendly. The common DC ports and USBs are on the front. The heavier AC outlets and inputs live on the back and side, and there's a cover protecting the input area from dust. I count 6 AC outlets and enough USB-A and USB-C options to keep everyone's devices topped up. It runs at 120 volts, and I can dial in the AC charging rate from the app to avoid tripping a shared circuit. That small control is huge when I'm borrowing power in a garage or RV park. Speaking of the app, it's one of the cleanest I've used. It connects over Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and I can set charge limits, slow the AC input, and toggle port groups. I do wish it tracked historical energy data and showed simple graphs, because I like to review usage over a few days. There are some experimental scheduling tools tucked away, and they work, but they can be a little touchy if I change other settings. Still, for day-to-day control and checks, it's stable and fast. On capacity, it's expandable. I can add up to 2 smart extra batteries to push it to 6144 bulwas. For me, that's the difference between riding out a long outage with calm or nervously micromanaging loads. It also means I can start with the base unit and grow later. I'd recommend this for anyone planning a more serious off-grid setup in a van, RV, or cabin. Weight is the trade-off. At 50 pounds, I move it with 2 hands, and I don't want to carry it far. The integrated handles help a lot, and the sturdy, low-profile body doesn't snag on anything, but I treat it like a compact appliance, not a tote. Another thing I noticed is there's no built-in LED light. During a power outage, that would have been useful when I was fumbling around. It's not a deal breaker, just something I missed. For home backup, it's effective. I've run essential loads for hours, all without fumes or the roar of a gas generator. If you're thinking about wiring it to a transfer switch, that setup can make life easier in outages. Just keep in mind it's an EPS, not a true UPS. There's about a 30 MSCA switchover when the grid drops. That's fine for fridges and lights, but I wouldn't rely on it to keep a sensitive server from rebooting. For computers, I still keep a small UPS at the desk. Outdoors, it's been simple to use. I set up 2 arrays on separate inputs and learned quickly how much shading matters. A little shade on one panel can tank output, so I got in the habit of nudging panels during the day. With full sun, I can keep the battery topped off while running a fridge in my workstation. It's perfect for car camping, van life, and work sites where quiet power is a must. From my experience, X-Boost helps with appliances that list a higher wattage than the inverter's continuous rating, but it's not magic. Some devices still won't play nice, so I always test at home first. In my opinion, the Delta 2 Max nails the core pillars. Strong, steady AC output, class-leading charging speed, and a long-life LFP battery. The app is polished for real-time control, and the physical design is thoughtful right down to the flat top and chassis-integrated handles. The downsides are the weight, the missing built-in light, and the app's limited long-term analytics. Those are easy to accept when I stack them against the performance and lifespan. It's perfect for home backup planners who want clean, fast, reliable power without dealing with gas or maintenance. I'd recommend this for RV and van owners who need daily off-grid power, remote workers with heavier gear, and anyone who wants a system they can charge quickly, expand later, and manage from a phone without fuss. In conclusion, the EF EcoFlow Portable Power Station Delta 2 Max feels like a long-term tool I can trust. The power is real, the charging speed changes how I use it, and the LFP battery chemistry gives me confidence that it'll last. If you can live with the 50-pound reality and you value speed, capacity, and control, this is a strong buy. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment with your questions or what you want to see tested next. Thank you for watching.